thank you so much for joining me. I've got a fab little project to share with you today, and I'm sharing how I do paper tab binding. Other people might do it the same way, but this is the most simple, most effective way to bind anything with paper tabs, and it's quicker. The other benefit to doing it how I do it is you end up with a very, very slim profile. Okay, very slim. There's 40 pages in this. All right, now I've done it like 3.5 by 5, which is kind of journaling card size, so that I can slip it in a pocket of a journal. But even if these pages were full journal page size and you did this binding, that is the slim profile that you're going to get. Okay, so these are designed for writing, not for decorating. And the other benefit of them is they're quick and easy to make. But if I just take you to a middle page, it lays completely flat. Okay, when it's like that, it's nice and flat, so you've got that slim profile. So if you want to see how I do my paper tab binding the easy way, no special tools needed. We don't need to start punching whale tails and all of that malarkey like some people do. This is the simplest and easiest and quickest way of doing it. Grab a brew and let's get crafting. Okay, so let's show you how this is done. So I am just making a small mini notebook to go in a journal that I'm making. So I've printed these papers two to a page. They print out at A4 or letter size. You can use anything. Mine are double-sided. Yours could be plain. They could be scrapbooking paper. It could be anything you want. Okay, so just cut your papers to whatever size you want, and then you're going to fold them in half. That makes a page. And then you get another one and you fold that in half. That happens to be blank. I'm not going to use that one. And then you put one page inside another. So you've got a little signature. It makes a 4-page signature. Okay, it's just a bundle of papers put together. That's a signature. Okay. All right. So I've done that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, so these are all just 2 sheets folded in half, one inside the other so far. Bearing in mind you can do them whatever size you want. Why have I only chosen 2 sheets? Because the more sheets we put in, okay, if I put another bundle in, okay, so that's 4 sheets, you're making it thicker and these edges are going to start and grow. So we're just having 2, okay, but you can do more if you want. Okay, so then what you want to do is you just want to decide how wide you want your tab to be. Okay, I've seen people do it with the tab punch in a very complicated way where you end up having to cut the tab. You don't need to do any of that with this. So so you can do whatever you want. You can do it all the way up, you can just do it in the middle. It really doesn't matter, it will hold. Okay, it doesn't matter how tall or how shallow. I happen to be using this, which is a word window punch, or any rectangle punch, or anything that's long will work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I'm a laser, instead of using a craft knife and cutting a tiny slit and then cutting a small amount away, a sliver, I'm going to use my punch. Okay, I'm going to more or less centralise it, but I'm not measuring. Because I don't create for perfection on my channel. I create to show you the process, okay? Right, so I'm going to just line it up kind of central, and I'm just doing it so that it takes a sliver off, okay? It's just quicker than using a craft knife, okay? So then I'm going to get my next signature. I'm going to line it up over the top, and I'm just going to mark where I've punched. Okay, and I'll do that for all of the signatures that I'm going to use. Just roughly marking. It doesn't matter if it's not lined up. That is the beauty of this method. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly lined up. So you don't need to worry. Just go roughly. Okay, unless you're a complete OCD, everything has to be measured and lined up freak, which I can be sometimes. You know, but it really doesn't matter. It's a little notebook or a mini journal. So then you use those lines that you've done and you're going to line up your punch and you're going to take a sliver out. Doesn't matter if one has a bigger sliver than the other. We're just doing it roughly, okay? Because, like I say, It's just a little notebook. It's only paper. We don't need to lose our minds over perfection. All right, I'm going to show you the whole process. Well, I might fast forward adding the tabs. Want to show you how it's done. Okay, tiny sliver. So we're just literally taking that out. It's just a little bit. And you can have as many of these little bundles, 2-page bundles, or as few as you like. There's no rules. Okay, as few or as many as you like. Just do it till you get bored. I could probably make, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably make 2 little booklets out of that, but I'm going to show you the process. Because remember, you can use this method for a full journal, for a full-size journal like this. For these signatures, you could do it here as well. Okay? Okay. So then what you want to do is you want to just put them to one side and you want to cut yourself some slivers of paper. Now, it can be any paper. I'm happen to be choosing the same one so that it's not really noticeable. What would look really nice would be, in fact, I might just do this so that you can see it clearer. I'm choosing a pattern. Oh, it's not double-sided. You could kind of do with it being double-sided. So you could use pretty patterns. You could use anything. Cut some 1-inch strips. Okay. 1 inch. 1 inch. Don't know how many we're going to need, so I'm just going to cut a load. 1 inch. Alrighty. Now all you need to do is fold these in half. You could score it on your scoreboard if you're not good at folding, that would help, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't matter if one side's a little bit over than the other. Okay? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just going to do 2, and then I might do the rest off camera so that you're not dying of boredom watching me. Okay. So then you want to cut them to the width of whatever hole you've made. So if you've cut it with a craft knife, measure it and cut these just a sliver under what that gap is. Right, so this measures, where's my ruler? What does this measure? 1 3/4, I think. 1 3/4. So I'm going to cut my strips to 1/8 of an inch, under 1 3/4. 1/8 of an inch, just under 1/8 of an inch. So I'll cut a few of them. What size did I just cut that to? Yeah, I've done it right. I thought I'd cut it wrong then. All right. I'll do a few. Just to show you, okay? And about there. Right, you don't even need a trimmer. You could cut it with scissors. Right, so I'll put my little tabs there. And if you want to be fancy, you can go and you can, well, first of all, you just want to check that this is going to fit in here, okay? Because if they don't, you need to trim them down. Have I cut mine a bit big? Let me just see if it slots in. Let's have a look. I may well have cut them a little bit big. It is a kind of a trial and error type of thing. Right, I've cut them all a little bit big, so I'm going to just trim them down. All right. Again, it doesn't even matter if these are not all exactly the same size. That is the beauty of this method. I've simplified it. We don't need to work hard to create fun little paper projects. Okay, does that fit in now? Still not big, still too big. Trim some more off. Okay. But I'm just trimming off a little bit at a time so that I don't want them rattling around like a pea in a drum. Okay, let's have a look. Does it fit now? There we go, so it fits now. Okay. And then, so like I said, if you want to be fancy, what you can do is, away from the fold, you can round those corners. It'll look neater when it's attached, okay? But you don't have to. Absolutely not. There's another version that we can do of this as well, which I might do on another video for a full... Would I do it in a full size one? I might do it in the smaller size again to show you, but it's another idea I've come up with that's a variation on this, but that's even more fun. Okay, even more fun. Save that for another day. Right, ink them all if you want to ink them all. So you get your first one. You get your little strip and you slip it in the middle. Okay. Right, you find the middle. Now you only need to glue one of these flaps to, we're going to glue it to here. So we're slipping it in. Okay, we've got one sticking out and we're going to glue it to the back of here. Okay. So a little bit of glue on the back, glue it down. Very complicated. Then you get another one, okay, and you do the same thing with as many signatures as you want. Okay. Right, so slip that in, make sure it's all the way in. Both pages, get in. I am very bad with my hand-eye coordination. I will apologise in advance. Okay. Find the fold, glue the back, stick it down. Yeah. And then you've got that sticking out. Okay. Right, so I'll do the other three and then I'll come back. So I've done all mine. So I've got a flap sticking out and in the middle, we've put it through the middle and we've glued to the far side of the signature. Okay. Don't think it matters. You could glue it to that side even. It wouldn't matter. All right. So these sticking out tabs are going to bind each signature to each other. So all you need to do is fold it over, glue on there, get your next signature, okay, and on the back, you've got it, we're just going to stack them. And all you need to do is stack them, line them up. Doesn't matter if the tabs don't line up. Who cares? Okay. Just so long as your signatures kind of line up like that. So then you just carry on going. Fold it over, glue it. Add your next one. Okay. So you're just lining them up the best you can. Nothing needs to be perfect. Give it a press. Okay, fold it down. Glue it. Add your next one. Line them up. Fold it over, glue it down. Just be careful they don't shift. It might be wise to let them dry in between, but I'm showing you the quick way because I'm filming and I haven't got time for things to dry. Showing you the quick way. Okay, and then the final one goes on there like so. Okay, we'll make sure it's all lined up. Leave that because you can attach your front cover to that one. Okay. Then clip it all together. Give it, I don't know, 10-15 minutes for all of that glue to dry before you start messing about with it. Okay. Then all you need to do is, I might just ink the top of that because I've got some white border showing. Okay. Then all you need to do is find something to make a front cover with. Have I got something handy? Let's have a look. What's this? What's this? Could just use that, couldn't I? Just about fits. So I'm going to use this in my romantique journal. So it more or less just happens to be the right size. So you just measure the same as you would anything else and just measure it and stick it on. So what you can do is you can either just attach it to just the flap, okay, or you can glue the whole of the first page together to it like that, okay, which is probably what I'll do. So what I might just do is just round that corner so it's the same as my journaling card that I'm using as the cover. Okay, like I say, I could just glue that tab and that's my cover. Okay, I'm going to use the whole cover. I'm going to use the whole thing. The whole of the first page, okay? Stick this on. I'm just going to pull it a little bit away from the edge. You don't want it right up or else it will open nicely. So everything all covered. It is. I could even go back and I could round all of those corners if I wanted on this notebook. Yeah, I could round them all so that they're the same. Okay. And I could stick one on the back. Have I got a spare one? Don't really want to use another journaling card. Don't really want to use another. Oh, God. I want it for me. I want it for my journal. Have I got any cardstock handy? Let's have a look. This will do. What's this? Yeah, you could just cut another one to the same size. Okay, and glue it on. I'm not going to because I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste my journaling cards. But there you go. You have got yourself a little notebook. You don't need loads of tabs to hold pages together. That one's got. That's why you should let them dry in between. Okay, but you don't need a tab on every page to make it stay in. None of them pages are coming out. Okay, you only need a tab in the middle of the signature, not on every single page. Okay, like I say, keep going. Keep going. None of that's coming out. It's as solid as a rock, and I've got myself a lovely little, and it's also lay flat. Okay, so this might not be the tidiest example. You can go away and elevate it, but I'm showing you the principle of the easiest ever tab bound notebook. As I say, you can extend it. You can cut your slots going from here to here with a craft knife and use bigger tabs. Okay, if you want them larger, you could even, I'll tell you this now so I don't have to do another video, you could cut those tabs taller, okay, and then when you are adding the tabs in, okay, so this is going in the middle, that could then be a pocket, so it would be shorter. Okay, let me demonstrate. Oh, it would be shorter, but once it's slipped in, how we've slipped these in, then that could become a pocket. You could glue it there and there, or you could just glue it there and there, and it could be a tuck. You know, let your imagination run wild. Like I say, you need to go and elevate that idea and make it look far prettier than I have, but I've shown you the principle. All right, we're here to show you things, not to show you how fab I can make stuff. So I hope you like that idea. Lovely, lovely. Look, it goes all the way around, totally fold flat, okay, and that is as sturdy as a rock. It's going, those pages are going nowhere. All right, how quick and easy is that? And if you do the tabs in the same paper like I have here, they're barely noticeable. If you want to make a feature of them, use patterned paper, but I advise you use double-sided. Okay, there you go. Go and give it a try. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video.